In this new world order, the implications are far-reaching. Geopolitically, Russia would be the undisputed superpower with NATO in shambles and the United States relegated to secondary status. The European Union would crumble as individual nations scramble to maintain relations with their new Russian overlords. The global economy would be reshaped, with Russia calling the shots on energy production, trade agreements, and international finance. The knock-on effects would be felt in every aspect of daily life. Trade embargoes would become a thing of the past, as Russia dictates the terms of international commerce. Travel would become heavily restricted, with visas and passports subject to Russian approval. And as for social media and the internet, forget about freedom of speech. Moscow would be the arbiter of what's acceptable online. The very fabric of our societies would be transformed, as Russia's authoritarian grip becomes the norm. Meanwhile, the international community would be in disarray. The United Nations would be rendered obsolete as Russia vetoes any resolution that doesn't align with its interests. The European Court of Human Rights would be dismantled, and human rights abuses would become rampant. The media would be heavily censored, with dissenting voices silenced or co-opted. Let's explore how Russia could have achieved this stunning upset. One possible scenario involves a massive cyber warfare campaign, crippling NATO's command and control structures, leaving them vulnerable to traditional military strikes. Maybe Russia formed an unexpected alliance with a major Asian power like China, providing them with the manpower and resources to overwhelm their opponents. Or perhaps they developed a game-changing weapon, like a hypersonic missile that could evade any defense system. The Russian military would have had to be incredibly innovative, exploiting weaknesses in NATO's defenses, such as their over-reliance on advanced technology. They might have used asymmetric warfare tactics like sabotage and subterfuge to disrupt supply chains and undermine morale. Whatever the strategy, one thing is certain: it would have required meticulous planning, cunning, and ruthlessness on a massive scale. One pivotal moment in this alternate timeline stands out: the Battle of the Baltic Sea. A daring Russian naval operation combining stealthy submarines, advanced missile systems, and old-fashioned guerrilla warfare manages to blockade the entire Baltic coastline, strangling NATO's supply lines and forcing them to retreat. This bold move would have had far-reaching implications, as it would have given Russia control over the entire European theater. In another scenario, Russia might have orchestrated a series of devastating sabotage attacks on key NATO installations, such as air bases, ports, and command centers. By targeting these weak points, they could have crippled the alliance's ability to respond, buying themselves precious time to launch a decisive counterattack. In this world, the role of mercenaries and private military contractors would have been crucial, as Russia would have relied heavily on these shadowy forces to carry out dirty work behind enemy lines. Freelance hackers, special forces operatives, and guns for hire would have become the new heroes of the war, operating in the gray areas between conventional warfare and terrorism. As we reflect on this alternate history, we're forced to confront the uncomfortable reality that such an outcome is not as far-fetched as we'd like to believe. It's a sobering thought, and one that should give us pause as we consider the delicate balance of global power and the unintended consequences of our actions. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the unknown. What do you think? Could Russia have won World War III in 2024? Share your thoughts in the comments below and let me know what other alternate history scenarios you'd like me to explore.